Hello, Facebook Live, Friday, April 14th, 2017. Now, I know yesterday I said I was going to record today's daily Facebook Live video, and yet is later than I did yesterday's. So, I'm going to try and make it quick. Now, the reason I'm late today is I was out and about today and doing all kinds of things, and I had all kinds of client calls and a big project, but as I was out and about and doing some things on the way home, we made a Costco run to my favorite store, Costco. Just about everything I own or wear or anything comes from Costco or sit in or walk on or look at. I just love the place. And wanted to share something because we experienced, my beautiful wife Michelle and I experienced phenomenal customer service, which we pretty much always do. First of all, we come on in and I'm like, oh, it's Good Friday holiday and Easter's coming up. This place might be jammed on a Friday afternoon, but it wasn't, and everything was humming along smoothly and we made our way around the place. But at one point, here's what happened. We were looking at some stuff on the shelf and various different things, and a guy turns to us who was doing one of the demonstrations. Nobody happened to be there in front of him at the time, so he turns around and he just starts telling us all about the different brands and ooh and this and oh yeah, you'd like this one and that one. You got to check this one out. And we're like, my beautiful wife Michelle's like, looks at it and she said, oh yeah, we would like this. We haven't tried that before. Let's check that. He goes, oh, and if you like that, you'd like this, and you ought to check this and whatever. And he goes, by the way, that thing there, they're sampling it over there by the frozen food. I'm like, well, this is great. Okay, so we'll go sample it over there. Okay. Now we talk to this guy a little bit more. Ends up this guy is a successful entrepreneur. So no wonder he's all, customer oriented and doing the right things. Hey, Faith, great to see you again. Thank you. And so he had actually built from Chicago. So many people down here in the Phoenix area, or Scottsdale area, have relocated. He'd been here 20 years since he sold his business for some ridiculous amounts, and it was a crazy business he was telling me about, but that's another story for another day. And he has been down here for 20 years, and of course, couldn't do nothing. He was 51 when he sold that business, he said, so now he's started something else up, and so he has a business from home, and he comes into Costco, he says, 4 days a week, and he does these demos, and he breaks the people. So I gathered that meant, and I asked him, you break the, meaning he doesn't really have a set spot. He goes around and he goes, yeah, I work 15 here and 30 minutes there and 15 here. And he loves that because that's the way he gets around and talks to everybody and sees everything, whatever. And I'm like, aha. So no wonder you know where they're demoing this thing over there, because that's where you were half an hour ago, wasn't it? Okay, we're having a good time. So did you get my point there? We're having a good time. I mean, we were shopping in a store, but we're having a great conversation and we're having a good time. And this person, this you would think it's a faceless, nameless Robotron type of person who's just kind of doing a demo. Hey, do you want some more stuff on or whatever? And hoo-ha, and here's the ingredients, and please take a box and whatever. And he's having a real conversation. It's like a family experience in the Costco. Okay, and more on that later, because that's the point of the video. Okay, so then we go around and we're going around, and lo and behold, we see. Here he is. Now he's over there in that aisle as we're picking up some stuff over here, and there he is. And we're like, Claude, there you are again. Hey, how you doing? By the way, now we're talking to him some more. And I guess, probably because it's late in the day and these demos should be over, I guess, because why else would he never be busy no matter where he goes? So now he starts telling us that not only does he have his own business at home, oh, my beautiful wife Rochelle is talking about what networking meeting do you go to, and oh, it's a Wednesday morning over here. Well, you know what? I'm going to go over there. Oh, yeah, what do you do? This and that. Oh, my husband this and that. Oh, yeah, no, you ought to come over to our thing, and we're meeting over here. And so now it ends up I'm going to go around and talk to some entrepreneurs and help with their marketing and so on. But he's telling us, I got two twin 36-year-old kids, and one of them, he's over there doing the demo with the cheese. I'm like, wait, that was your son, the one with the beard? He goes, yeah. I'm like, well, I said, so his son is over there, and oh, my son also has his own business, and so he comes over here and does. And I had noticed his son also wasn't just like, hey, he was like I was when I was a vendor in Madison Square Garden in the seats walking around with stuff. You don't just walk around with your popcorn and peanuts and beer and hot dogs. You yell. And that's what he was doing. He was like, hey, we got the whatever the heck. And I don't remember, hey, it's organic and it's 32 this and it's what. And he was calling people over. A very entrepreneurial thing to do, as opposed to a 9 to 5er who would say, "Oh yeah, I just sit here at my stand, and if people don't come over, they don't come over, and then I get to go home." But he was like, "No, if people don't come over, I gotta, hi Faith, if people don't come over, I'm gonna try and get them to come over. That's my job, right? I'm demoing this stuff." To me, he was acting as if he was the owner of that product, and how would the owner feel with that product? And you would think if anybody doesn't have to do that, who has some kind of job security, it's the son whose father is like also there. Not to mention he owns his own business, doesn't need to do this, and yet he just naturally is acting like an entrepreneur, like he owns the business of whatever he's demoing, which from what I gather now, he's demoing something different every day and every hour, but he treats everything like it's his own. Now, I have heard this, not the point of this video, but I've heard this from clients forever, that, man, and I have these in testimonials, and you can see my videos on YouTube, whatever, they're saying it over and over and over. He really treated our business as if it was his own. I've always felt that way. Thanks, Faith. I've always felt that way about my clients, and they appreciate that. Now, not to the point where, don't get your hopes up if you become a client of mine someday, somehow, that, no matter what happens, I will, treat your business like, man, if you're screwing up and you are, taking the profits and lending money to Uncle Joe, but never getting it back, and not running your business properly like a business or whatever, and you get into a deep hole, I'm not sitting there going, wow, we are in a deep hole. What are we going to do? No. But I mean, when I am making up an ad, or writing copy, or making up emails, or putting together a marketing calendar or program, I am treating that business as if it's my own. Anyway, so that's what I gathered from these two, as opposed to all the other. They got the hairnet and they're just dishing out the stuff on a plate and like, I'm almost done, I can't wait till I'm done, and whatever. But these two, the father and son entrepreneurs, were actively acting as if they own that brand. Fantastic. And they were also saying hello and having these conversations. Okay, so that's 1.5. That's really one customer, one employee encounter we had in the Costco. Now here's the second one. We go through we're going through the checkout, and you ever go to the store? David White. What? Wait a minute. Isn't it like 3 in the morning for you? You're in yogurt land. You can't hear a thing. All right. I don't know where yogurt land is, but aren't you in like Great Britain? Unless there's another David White in the world that I don't know about. Like, isn't it like way early tomorrow or something for you there? Thanks for being on here. Fantastic. Great to see you. If you're the David White, I think you are. It's great. Thanks for being here. All right, so let me finish up here so you can go on about your day, folks. Second encounter we had is as the check through, and this happens in plenty of places. They just ask you as a matter of rote, like this is the script, like, did you find everything okay? Well, I never answer anything at rote, no matter how much it's asked. Someone will ask me, how you doing? I don't just go, yeah, okay. Well, I answer, I'm doing absolutely fantastic, thank you. How are you? And they're like, oh, what? Thanks for asking. Like, they weren't really asking the question, they were just saying, hi, how are you? Like, but I like to engage and respond to people, right? Like an entrepreneur does. So they ask, did you find everything okay? And they're clicking through the things and the beep, 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 and they're not really, we're like, well, come to think of it, we couldn't find this and we didn't have that. Oh, really? Well, what's the name of it? What's the brand? I don't even remember the brand. Oh, well, hey, thanks. Whoever's doing the likes, thank you. And, I don't remember the brand. He's like, oh, I think it's this. And I'm like, all I remember it was like a box had some purple on it. Yeah, I think that's what it was. I don't know. He goes over to the computer. He's looking it up. Like, okay, so we finish the check. We go over there. He's like, something like, oh, they don't have it. And sometimes it's because it doesn't sell well. Well, of course, whatever we like doesn't sell well. We're entrepreneurs. We're renegades. We're rebels. So it seems very often something we like, we see it in the store like, holy moly, this thing we like is in Costco. And then, of course, it's gone in a few weeks because just like every entrepreneur should be doing, they're always testing, okay? And that's another subject for another video, another day. But you always want to be testing. So they'll throw something in and we'll buy it, or somebody else will buy it. But if it doesn't sell well, they get rid of it. So anyway, he's looking at the computer. He's like, yeah, they don't let have it. Sometimes it's because it's seasonal. Sometimes it's because, it wasn't selling well, whatever. We're like, okay, but thanks for looking that up. And by the way, also, what about, oh yeah, he's looking that up. So, and then he Yeah, couldn't find it, but thanks for, goes back about his thing. He didn't just ignore us and didn't just poo-poo us and go like, oh, too bad he couldn't find it, so I wasn't really asking, whatever, or pawn it off on somebody else and say, that's not my job. He went over there and helped us. Okay, great. So now we're on the way out, and my beautiful wife Michelle is raving about how you see how it cost only, I don't know, 300 something dollars, which is an amazing miracle when you can get out of the Costco for only 300 something, because we had this $48 rebate. I got this check from the thing with a rebate, and I'm like, what? I mean, of course it's exciting, $48 rebate, but I'm like, 48? How can our rebate be only $48? That's ridiculous. I mean, our rebate should be hundreds of dollars. So what's going on? So I walk over to the counter on the way out. There's the customer service counter. And I'm walking up and I'm reading something there about the membership and the different levels, and I don't even know what they are, but we have the highest level, whatever. But there's all these different levels, and it costs this much and that. You get 2% back and this, that, and I can't figure it out. And the woman there's like, would you like a, and I'm like, no, not really. I'm just wondering, like, I thought our membership, we're supposed to get guaranteed more than the cost of membership back on the card. In fact, we never come close. It's like $100. She's like, well, it's 110. I got 110. I think it was like 40 when we first became Costco members, but it's like 110, and yeah, we guarantee you get 110 back. And if not, you can cancel your membership, but then your membership is canceled. And I'm like, ooh, I never heard that part of the guarantee. That I wasn't too happy about. Not that it matters in our case, but, because, I mean, whose fault is it if you don't get back the cost of your membership? You didn't shop enough, right? So clearly, why not cancel your membership? You didn't shop enough. So the idea is, I guess, you pay 110 for the membership, whatever percentage you're supposed to get back at the end of the year, and if you only got like 80 back, they say, well, you can get the other 35 to make you whole on the membership, but then your membership's canceled, which, again, you must be fine with because you didn't shop there a lot anyway. Or you can just say, all right, well, I didn't get the 110, but I'm very happy that I got the good prices and the experience here and the whatever, and I'll keep my membership and I'll shop a little more next year, whatever. We've never come close to it. So lo and behold, what does she do? She starts typing here's the membership card, starts typing into the computer. Let me look you up. Oh, you've been a member since 2001. Thank you very much. That's a long time. You're very loyal. Whatever. Okay, whatever. And I think I was a member before that. That was my beautiful wife Michelle's thing, and we combined them. Who knows? Whatever. And then he's like, I'm like, yeah, but why this 48? He's like, no. You've already, in fact, got whatever amount this year. I don't remember, some crazy amount. And he's like, no, you got way over that last year. He goes, that must be your Citi card, Citibank, something, whatever the new credit. We used to, it was always Amex, but now they got rid of Amex and now it's some other card. And that's the rebate from this other Costco credit card now. So in addition to the hundreds of dollars we get back from the Costco, we got this extra $48 just happened to come back from this credit card that we only use at the Costco. Got another like bonus back, and that comes every so often. So it was like extra bonus for no reason. But the cool part is, my point is, he looked it up in the computer, and he looked up our membership. He said, "Oh, you used to live in Chicago, and oh, I know such and such. And oh, and it's this guy from here, and lots of people from Chicago. And how'd you like that? And oh, you went to this store or that store." Treated us like a family. So here's the point. Oh, and then by the way, while I was dilly-dallying around the counter and doing that stuff, the woman, anyone, if you're a Costco member, Justin Potts, Dr. Potts, how great to see you. Yes, of course. Come on down. We got a guest room, and from now for the next 6 months, it's pretty much going to be empty. And if you come down when it's really cool in the winter, just let us know in advance, and we'll get you booked in there. You can hang out by the pool, and beautiful view and beautiful area. Would love to have you come down here. How cool is that? And hopefully things are going great for you. So let me just finish this off, get to the point. While I'm messing around at the counter with this nonsense, the woman, if you're a Costco member, they always they put a mark on your receipt as you walk out the door as if like they've checked everything, when of course they can't. Again, another subject for another day, but we got like 50 items on there, and they go like, sure. I'm like, come on now. But anyway, so, but we're Costco members. What are we going to steal from our own store that we're members at? But of course, I digress. Of course, people steal from stores. It's actually the biggest negative on the balance sheet for stores is shoplifting. But anyway, and usually it's employee shoplifting. By the way, they're taking stuff comes off the truck, they put it right in their car. So it's not shoplifting by customers. It's shoplifting by employees. Another subject for another day. But anyway, she comes over and does that. Like, she didn't have to do that. She goes, "I'll save you some time." let me come over to you. So she leaves her post at the, it's only 50 feet, but she leaves her post at the end of the thing and comes over and says, let me help you out so you can get out of here sooner. So that's like 4 encounters with these employees who are all treating us like family. So here's the bottom line. That is all made possible. And then, of course, I joked with her on the way out. I said, like, you know, in that 10 minutes, since you checked us off, I could have, like, stuffed another 10 things in the cart. How do you know? She just laughed. And, like, we leave. My beautiful wife, Rochelle, is making some joke, like, yeah, like, he's going to do that, or we're stuffing things in the cart, like we care. And we're out of there. Oh, and yeah, that's, you know, no, you weren't. You weren't even paying attention. You didn't even see anything because you're Billy babbling over there with the guy about Chicago, this and that, whatever. We're all having fun like we're a family. Now, here's the thing. Isn't it to make me have all these feelings like it's a family? Of course it is. I keep spending money with them. So it just makes sense that they feel this way. We feel warm and happy and have these conversations with couples. So are you doing that in your business? Now, here's the key. It's difficult to do that in your business unless you make sure to put this one factor in place in your business. Membership. Membership is the key. We're members of the store. You couldn't look us up in the computer and start talking about how long you've been a member and thank you and where you've been and what you bought and what's your discount and what's your rebate and whatever. You couldn't do that unless we're members. Okay? You wouldn't be talking, assuming that we're there all the time, we'll be back all the time, hey, next time you ought to get this and that, whatever, unless they're members. So if not for any other reason, which there's practically no reason to not have membership in your business. But even if it was any other reason, the biggest reason is that customer loyalty, that family feeling that you can give your clients, customers, patients, as long as you make them members. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, I ran a membership group for 6 years in Chicago. I had the largest Dan Kennedy, GKIC, certified independent advisor, whatever group that they had, with hundreds of members and, you know, well over almost 2,000 people attending my events, over 300 events over the 6 years. People that came and go, they came and went. But the members, I could do this kind of stuff. I could treat them like family. I could get to know them. Leave the next month and say, how's your son? Hey, remember when you did that? Did he get that summer job or get that internship or get into that school or what's going on now or this and that? And, you know, I enjoy that as a business owner. I love that. And I know because I've heard it and I've been on the other end, like I just said, that of course the members enjoy that. So, you know, there's plenty of people that go speak. There's plenty of people that host events, and they're one-time events, and they always got to fill the room with new people, and I guess that's great for them, or they're always jetting around to another audience. But for me, it's membership, it's relationships. That's the key. It's a beautiful thing. So if you don't have that in your business, you're missing something. I could also tell stories about just the customers we saw in the store. There's this feeling. Anyone else a Costco member? There's this feeling of family while you're in the store. We're looking at the outdoor furniture because now it's, you know, outdoor season coming up and we're renting here, but so, you know, but it's a much bigger space out in the back and by the pool than we had in our last place. We're like, yeah, let's buy some stuff. We're looking around, and sure enough, there's a guy who's sitting on this, just hanging out with his feet up, sitting on the thing, and we're like, hey, is it comfortable? Yeah, you know, he's munched on some snack thing, and he's sitting and we're having a conversation because we feel like we're also family. We're members here. Like it's a safe, friendly, inviting environment. So if I haven't gotten the point across, think about it this weekend, and I hope it gets through. Come back and watch the video again. But you want to put membership into your business. And if you think you have a business where that can't be done, it behooves you to private message me or email me, Steve@Sipress, or tweet me @SteveSipress, or any way you can get a hold of me, because I assure you could put membership into any type of business. It will improve any business that you have, and perhaps the bottom line, the whole thing, it'll improve your experience as the owner of the business. You'll be able to do this kind of stuff, which if you're a business owner, you got to love serving your customers. You got to love the loyalty they have. You got to love that. I mean, that's a great part of running a business as opposed to a 9-to-5 job where you wouldn't give two craps about anything. You just watch the time, the clock, and get the heck out of there. Like, you own your own business, you care about it. If you're not a flim-flammer, which hopefully you're not, if you're friending me on Facebook or watching my videos, there I can't help you. But don't you love your customers, your clients, your patients? Like, put membership in there. Figure out a way so that they feel so much more like part of the family. Even like, hey there, Dr. Potts, we got a doctor there. Now, on your next visit and the next time, and, dentists, they see you twice a year, or a doctor, it's an annual checkup, but still, they don't have the memberships, but they feel like, oh yeah, he's my dentist, or but you can lock them in, lock that feeling in. When they become members, try it, and watch what happens. Even if you think you have that regularly recurring business that you don't need to technically make them a member, try it, test it out, prove me wrong. I bet you won't. I'll bet you prove me right. I bet you love your business more, and I'll bet all your patients, members, customers, clients, whatever you want to call them, they love it more too. Okay, that's it for my late Facebook Live video for today, Friday, April 14, 2017. Have a fantastic weekend. But of course, I'll be back again tomorrow with another Facebook Live video. And Faith, David, Justin, Doctor, anybody else watching on the replay, thanks so much for being here. Makes it so much better if I'm not just talking to myself. I appreciate all your input, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to click the button and be over now.